My parents' company required relocation due to expansion, so I recorded a video of the chaotic old office and posted it on Facebook, humorously claiming the company had gone bankrupt and computers were swapped for wash basins. Unexpectedly, my boyfriend called immediately to verify. Playfully, I feigned sadness and said, "Baby, my family is bankrupt, you'll have to support me from now on." To my surprise, my boyfriend broke up with me over the phone, saying, "Baby, what? I'm fed up with poor people like you. Bad luck." I didn't expect a joke to reveal my boyfriend's true nature. "Well then, I'll just drive the Rolls Royce I had planned to give you myself." My parents' project capitalized on a trend, yielding substantial profits, which in turn multiplied my net worth, elevating me from a minor heiress to a major one. Consequently, my parents' modest original company could no longer accommodate their grand ambitions, prompting them to purchase an entire industrial park for expansion. Today is the auspicious relocation date selected by my parents. However, I didn't inform my boyfriend Gavin or my best friend Claire about this, partly because I didn't want them helping during summer break, and partly to surprise them. I planned to announce this good news at Gavin's birthday in 2 months, gifting him the long-awaited Rolls Royce he adored as a birthday present. For Claire, I intended to gift a small apartment near the school, sparing her the complaints about dormitory bullying and visits to my nearby villa to vent. Although I enjoyed Claire's company, she was like the head of a family planning committee, always interrupting when Gavin and I were about to progress. This apartment would give her independence, freeing her from constantly joining us. I woke up early to assist at the old company, observing the clutter and busy movers, and casually posted on Facebook, "Company closed, computers for wash basins, desks for soap, DM if interested," with photos of the messy office and scattered trash. The Facebook post received likes and comments from classmates and friends. "I want that all-in-one PC, I need a wash basin at home." "Fine, playing like this? I'll take that chair for a dozen soaps." I chuckled at the comments and was about to reply when Gavin called, sounding anxious. "What's with your Facebook post? What happened to your parents' company?" Perhaps it was my imagination, but his voice seemed deeper and different. Feeling mischievous, I suppressed a smile, sighed, and said, Bankrupt, so property management is clearing it out." "What? Are you kidding me?" Gavin's voice grew loud, and I could picture his shocked expression. Finding it amusing, I stifled laughter and sent Gavin videos and photos, proving the old company was indeed disintegrating, with no employees left, only workers clearing the site. "I'm serious, baby, my family's bankrupt, you'll have to support me now," I said, getting into character. "Those watches and shoes I gave you might need to be sold to pay off debts." Gavin's voice stiffened. "Are you serious? You know my 23rd birthday is in 2 months, and your family chooses now to go bankrupt?" Stunned, perhaps the joy of our wealth increase dulled my anger, I felt wronged instead. "Baby, my family's bankrupt, and instead of comforting me, you're harsh with me." Gavin's voice grew louder and more impatient. "Baby, what? Don't you find it nauseating? You're in your 20s and still saying baby all the time?" Gavin had never spoken to me like this. Even with my slow wits, I realized he wasn't concerned but disgusted with me. My smile froze, and my tone turned icy. "So, you were with me just for my money?" Gavin laughed. "What else? Could I actually love an idiot like you? I despise poor people like you. Talking to you more feels unlucky." Speechless, Gavin didn't bother elaborating, said break up, hung up hastily, and when I called back, I found he'd blocked me. Anger simmered within me. I needed to vent and curse this scumbag out. With trembling hands, I opened Facebook but accidentally clicked Gavin's profile. He'd swiftly changed our couple's avatar and background. As I tried to identify the girl in the background, Gavin updated his status. Official announcement, Serena and I have broken up. Introducing my new girlfriend, hoping for everyone's blessings. Clicking the photo, I was thunderstruck. It was none other than my best friend Claire. This explosive post drew comments from mutual friends. Lost a truth or dare? You were so devoted to Serena, showing off love yesterday. How'd you break up today? Told you, early birds get the gossip. Later, Gavin replied, unified response, Claire and I are truly in love, no gossip here. This relationship ended because Serena changed and deceived me, so I broke up. Also, a heads up, if Serena asks to borrow money, think twice. I forwarded the screenshot to Claire for clarity, only to find she'd blocked me on Facebook. I called her, and though not yet blocked, she answered after a few rings. Before I could speak, Claire cut in, who's this? Oh, bankrupt Miss Serena. You saw the Facebook post, why call to embarrass yourself? Truth is, Gavin and I have been together for ages, just pretending with you for your money. Stop bothering me, it's more dignified to play dead. Then she hung up. Great, just great. I nurtured two such ungrateful wolves with fine food and drink. Gavin and Claire brought me immense emotional value, so I treated them generously. To outsiders, their branded clothes and lavish spending suggested they were rich like me, but only I knew their dire family backgrounds, which I never revealed since they valued their dignity. Ultimately, I blame my own blindness. I thought Gavin's restraint was respect, and Claire's clinginess was fondness. Now I see I was the third wheel all along. I realized they blocked me on Facebook to avoid incriminating evidence, unaware that I habitually recorded all my calls. I compiled recordings of my calls with Gavin and Claire into videos, listed the gifts I'd given them over the past year, and posted everything on Facebook. Sorry, I've changed. I'm no longer the Serena worth tens of millions, but breakup is breakup, and cutting ties is cutting ties, so at least return my gifts, right? The Facebook comments were harsh. No wonder you changed. You ran out of money. You're just bankrupt, but they lost a birthday gift. Really bankrupt? I thought it was a joke. Someone tell the scumbag and slut to repay her. Gavin and Claire soon re-added me, pressuring and coaxing me to delete the post, threatening to expose my bankruptcy on the school forum for all to see my pathetic state. Pathetic state? The kind where I drive a Ferrari with one hand and a Lamborghini with the other? I'm not scared. My ordered Rolls Royce has arrived anyway. I'll drive that. I smiled and replied, fine, let's unmask together. Show them my pathetic state, and I'll reveal your backgrounds, tearing off your fake rich kid masks. How's that? I know one of you is from an orphanage, the other from the mountains. That scared them. They could handle being called scumbag and slut, but not poor. They stayed silent, fearing more evidence or videos from me. Gavin gritted his teeth. Claire and I will repay you in installments. Installments? Dream on. I shook my head. 1 month if I don't see the money, expect school posts and a lawsuit. Serena, you're ruthless. They messaged resentfully. I gave them an account number and swiftly blocked them. A joke? I'm ruthless? I invested so much effort and emotion in them, and I'm the ruthless one? Honestly, I'm glad. A casual jest unveiled their true selves. I shuddered to think how they'd drain me if I'd revealed my worth. Jumped from millions to billions. Regaining composure, I laughed again. Mere scumbags, not worth my tears. A minute of sadness for them costs me a minute of joy. Besides, they're likely scrambling for cash, turning on each other, demanding money. Will your true love survive the test of wealth? With that, I booked a flight abroad, heading straight to my dad's newly purchased vacation island. Only when school neared did I reluctantly return. The new driver, Uncle Chen, was startled. Are you Miss Serena? You seem darker than your photos. Uncle Chen was tactful. 2 months on the island had darkened me several shades, but I tan and whiten quickly. Half a month, and I'd be back to normal. Returning too late to go home, I went straight to school. Stepping out, I saw Gavin and Claire chatting happily until they spotted me, their faces darkening, almost more than mine. Ignoring them, I headed for school, but Claire dragged Gavin to block me, shouting, "Sure, you're bankrupt, but we gave you plenty. Why pick trash in the summer and tan like a dog? Do your parents owe too much to eat? Want a broken bowl to squat at the gate?" It was move-in day, and a crowd pointed and gossiped about us. Claire reveled in it, nudging Gavin to chime in, but his eyes were glued to the Rolls Royce behind me, his dream car, missing her cue entirely. Claire cleared her throat. Gavin snapped back, sneering, "So embarrassing, stay away from that car, you can't afford to dirty it." I chuckled, rolled my eyes, and entered school without explaining I believe decent people don't waste breath on fools. At the gate, Claire and Gavin gained no verbal edge. Instead, classmates aware of our breakup pointed at them inside, bruising their pride. They blamed me, glaring all day, while I stayed cheerfully unfazed. So, they cornered me on the cafeteria's third floor, barring me from eating. Claire, arms crossed, smirked, "Oh, Miss Serena, forgotten your place? Dare to come to the third floor, afraid you can't pay? As your best friend, I checked with the cashier, they don't accept trash as payment." Gavin chimed in, "Yeah, Claire's looking out for you. Trash picking's tough, times have changed, adapt to being broke. The cafeteria has 3 tiers, each pricier. The third is for well-off students. They didn't expect bankrupt me here, nor did I expect them. After repaying me so much last month, they should be strapped. How could they afford this, new clothes, and jewelry?" I narrowed my eyes. Where'd their money come from? Their loud voices drew taunts from classmates I didn't get along with. Claire slammed a tray before me. "Eat this as your last meal." Ignoring her, I called Uncle Chen to pick me up. No afternoon classes anyway, so I'd leave. As I boarded, Claire and Gavin rushed out. "Aren't you bankrupt? How do you have a Rolls Royce?" Shaking them off, I said, "Oh, I lied, I'm not bankrupt. In fact, our assets soared from tens of millions to billions." Gavin stumbled, nearly falling. Claire's legs gave out, and she collapsed. They muttered, "Impossible, you're lying." Gavin recalled, "Fake, I checked your house and company, you moved, and it's closed." Claire sprang up, peeked at the driver, and laughed, "See, a lie, this isn't your driver." I ignored her, got in, and left. I understood their targeting, only I knew their origins. If they ruined my reputation, making me a pariah, no one would heed me, and their pasts would stay hidden. For a while, Gavin and Claire left me alone, and I relished the peace until a week later, a school forum post claimed I was a kept woman, backed by evidence. Photos showed me in luxury cars, entering villas, shopping endlessly. An anonymous Claire insider claimed that driver's not Serena's, nor is the villa hers. Bankrupt and trash picking, she can't shop at counters. Comments, whether from Gavin and Claire's trolls or believers in the mistress rumor, were vicious. Normal easy to go from thrift to luxury, hard the reverse. She was rich, now maintains it this way. No wonder she lives well post-bankruptcy. Beauty's her capital, easy money. Now I get why Gavin dumped her. Who'd accept this? Guided by trolls, Gavin confusedly posted, "I didn't want to say much, but since Serena's exposed, I won't hide it. I didn't dump her for bankruptcy. I never cared about her money, nor am I poor." Learning of her bankruptcy, I called to comfort her, offering money, but she demanded millions I couldn't get instantly. I asked my parents, only to find her with an old man old enough to be her grandpa. I had to break up, but Serena edited our calls into that video. I considered police, but kind, innocent Claire stopped me, persuading me to let go of hate. The lengthy post slandered me, implied his wealth, and painted Claire as pure. Its eloquence could move readers to tears. Classmates called me a whore, some claiming they'd slept with me cheaply. The posts went viral. By the time teachers deleted them, the scandal had spread school-wide. I stayed calm, preserving evidence. Soon after the posts, prepared, I took it to the dean and advisor, demanding justice or I'd call the police. Fearing a police report would tarnish the school, teachers traced IPs via the admin, pinpointing Gavin as the poster and nasty comments to his and Claire's outs. When we confronted them, they were in class, vividly describing my client meetings. The dean's cough silenced them. Under pressure, they admitted to posting. Claire, unfazed, brashly said, "Teacher, posting was wrong, but it's true I feared Serena deceiving classmates and ruining our school's name." Gavin nodded. "We saw it ourselves. I suggest expelling her, or society will think our grad students are like this. She's soliciting as one, it's shameful." The dean nodded, turning to me. "Serena, is it true? Were you kept by an old man?" I nodded, yes, and not just a man, a woman too. There. The room erupted. No one expected my admission. Claire leapt up, cutting me off. "See, she admits it, expel her." The dean silenced her, urging me to continue. I declared, "That man's my dad, the woman's my mom, I'm their only daughter, so they've kept me since childhood." Bullshit. Claire and Gavin, enraged by my twist, swore publicly for the first time. Knowing words wouldn't sway them, I presented evidence. "Here are licenses for the Rolls Royce, Ferrari, Lamborghini, and Mercedes, all in my name, with purchase orders and payment records. This is Uncle Chen's contract with my family." Match the photo to the old man picking me up. "Here's the villa's deed in my name, paid by my mom." As I laid out each piece, their faces darkened. Before I finished, they covered their ears, refusing to hear more. Gavin glared resentfully. "Why lie? You said your millions were gone, your company closed. Why this now?" I rolled my eyes. "Just a joke. Who knew you'd believe it? The company closed because we moved to a bigger, grander park." The dean and advisor shook their heads, deciding on school-wide notice, probation, major demerits, and delayed graduation for them. They collapsed, drained. They meekly apologized on the forum. The twist was so abrupt, classmates spat out the gossip they'd barely swallowed, though some who'd believed it faced demerits too. Everyone despised them, pointing and even bullying them, forcing them to hide around school. Worse, someone unearthed their poor origins, exposing what they'd hidden. Their nicknames shifted from scumbag and slut to ungrateful wolves. Claire couldn't take it and took leave, but thick-skinned Gavin stayed, even begging me with roses by my car, though his eyes favored the Rolls Royce more. Guilt covered Gavin's handsome face, his voice softer. "Serena, after this, I realize I love you most. Can we start over? Are you okay? Really okay? Think rich people are fools?" I smiled. "A dog bite once is my mistake, returning to it is cheapness. Do you think I'm that cheap?" Unfazed, Gavin pleaded, "No, I've always loved you. I broke up because Claire seduced me, posted those things, forced me. Knowing you were bankrupt, I didn't want you burdened." He pulled out a ring, its diamond tiny. My hair clip stones dwarfed it by far. Blind to my disdain, he knelt, saying tenderly, "I've had this ring ready forever, waiting to put it on you. Serena, marry me." What a nutcase. I was about to snap when Claire's voice cut in. "All me. How dare you, Gavin? You begged me to introduce you to Serena, saying we'd trick her together." Gavin stood, muffling Claire. "Don't spout nonsense. Serena's my true love. I've nothing with you. You seduced me, meddled in us." I stepped aside, fearing their scuffle might harm me. Claire bit Gavin's hand hard, spat blood, and clutched her belly. "Nothing? I'm pregnant with your kid, and you say nothing? Deny it now? I'll sue you for rape." Gavin stomped. "All your fault. I was nearly a billionaire's son-in-law." They tore into each other, spilling secrets. Gavin badmouthing me, Claire's bedroom antics, how they spent my money and stole. The dirtier it got, the wider I smiled. I regretted no sunflower seeds snacking while watching this. Would have been perfect. Next time, I'd stock the car. After their endless bickering repeated, I'd had enough and got in the car to leave. Gavin couldn't let me go but avoided the Rolls Royce, grabbing my bag. Claire rose, clinging to his leg. Unable to free my bag, I considered tossing it, his touch tainted it, but seeing his longing for the Rolls Royce, I pivoted. I touched the car. Gavin, this was your birthday gift, like it? He forced a grin, thinking it charming. Yes, I love all your gifts. I nodded, of course, knowing you liked it. I paid extra hundreds of thousands abroad for it, meant for your birthday. My little joke cost you it, but I've enjoyed it myself, it's nice. Thanks to you both, without this lesson I might have fallen for more scum. Gavin's regret was palpable. Uncle Chin exited, kindly shooed him away, and shut the door. Claire cackled, stupid, huh? Thought you were hot stuff, that she'd take you back? Gavin's face darkened, raging at Claire, your fault if not for you, I'd have that Rolls Royce. He began beating her, blood soon pooled beneath Claire, but passing students feared intervening, risking injury. Security finally stopped it, calling police and an ambulance. With the show over, I had Uncle Chin drive off. Post-weekend, neither was at school. I wasn't curious, but as campus celebrities, they were the talk everywhere. I overheard updates. That day, Claire's beating caused severe bleeding. At the hospital, she lost the baby and nearly her life saved, but her uterus was removed. With such an incident, the school contacted Claire's parents, who traveled from the mountains by car and train to the hospital. Claire's parents weren't kind, staunchly patriarchal. They let her study to grad school only because I, the fool, sent their family money regularly. Learning she'd crossed me, their cash cow, for a man, they were livid, nearly collapsing, and slapped her hard. Calming down, they discovered her million-plus loans to pose as rich at school, and despite her frailty, took her home. I realized why their lifestyle held. Post me they'd taken loans, proving from thrift to luxury is easy, the reverse is hard. Post-discharge, the Lynns sued Gavin for assault causing miscarriage and rape, demanding $1 million in compensation. Gavin couldn't pay. Without it, the Lynns wouldn't drop it, leaving him facing jail. Panicked, Gavin begged for loans, but with his identity known, no one lent, instead mocking, a dog betrays its master, this is the result. Desperate, he knelt at my villa, voice unprecedentedly meek, Serena, only you can save me after our long bond, you wouldn't want me jailed, right? $2 million's nothing to you, just a few bags help me, and I'll do anything you want. Seeing no response, he shifted, besides, it's your fault, you shouldn't have tested me. If you'd said your worth doubled and got me a Rolls Royce, I'd never have dumped you or ended up here. Look, it's my fault now, like I made him cheat, turn ungrateful, and borrow? Unmoved, I called property management. I pay hefty fees not to be disturbed by such people. They promptly removed him, restoring my peace. Months later, graduated and abroad, I learned their fates from the school group. Unable to pay, Gavin got 5 years for assault causing miscarriage. Loan agencies and creditors await his release. Clearly, even post-prison, his life won't be easy. Claire, unable to repay, became a deadbeat. Her parents dragged her home, selling her for $100,000 as a third wife to a man old enough to be her dad. Her life's reportedly grim. His prior wives fled from beatings. I wonder, in the stillness of night, do they regret it?